Hi everyone, it's Mother Bear Tarot. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. In today's video, we are going to be going through self-love, self-care, and everything you need to know about what it is that you need to be working on for your self-love, self-care journey, okay? But before you go into your readings, before you click this timestamps below, we are going to do a little candle burn today just to release any negative habits or bring in any like positive and loving self-love kind of energy. I chose pink just because pink makes me think about the heart chakra. Pink makes me think about love, and like pink for me is like self-love. Okay, especially this kind of like pastel pink, okay? So what I want you guys to do before we go into our readings, as I want all of us collectively to take a nice big deep breath in through the nose, hold for 4 seconds, and then out through the mouth, okay? And then I want you to focus on exactly what it is that you want to bring in or release when it comes to yourself, your self-love journey, any kind of like negative habits or things that you may say to yourself that you want to release, okay? And then I'm going to burn it for you guys through the entire readings, okay? And then after the reading, I will let it continue to burn, okay? So let's all take a nice big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, okay? But we're going to hold, and the whole time think about what it is that you want to bring in or let go of. Ready? Okay, it's a nice, strong flame. Okay, so we're gonna go on into your readings. Okay, we've got 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, 777. Pile number 2, 1111, and pile 3, 333. Okay, and I will see you lovelies in your readings. Bye. Hi, pile number 1. This is your reading if you chose the number 777. Just want to say your flame for your reading, it started off pretty good for everybody, but your flame is like about this tall. Okay, I know it's hard to kind of see on camera, but it's pretty tall. So, as I'm talking about it, it's just getting taller and taller. Okay, so this is like a positive sign for me. This is showing you have a lot of power already. Whether or not you are aware of it, you have a lot of power inside of you that is ready to be cultivated into your self-love journey. Okay, I'm going to put your number right here, okay? And we're going to get right into your reading of exactly what it is you need to be working on during this time of your self-love, self-healing journey, any kind of like habits maybe you need to let go of, anything that is going to be really helpful for you in your self-love journey, okay? So first card we have is Morning Dew. Clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. Okay, so it all starts with mindset, okay? I love that the flame was like super big for you guys because it just shows how much power you guys actually hold in your mind, okay? If you are telling yourself, be aware of like the stories that you tell yourself. So if you're telling yourself like, oh, my life sucks, oh, I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm, too skinny, too muscular, too anything, that is so not true. Just so you know, everyone who is listening to this reading and watching it, you are all beautiful beings, no matter what your gender, your hair color, your ethnicity, your body size. It doesn't matter. You're all beautiful, okay? So don't let maybe what other people have said to you in the past, or like the thoughts that you've said to yourself in the past, dictate your life anymore. Don't let that dictate your life anymore. This is a fresh start. Okay, this is the clarity that you need. I like that this is the very first card to come out. I think that dancing may be important for some of you guys. I know that whenever I dance, I feel fantastic afterwards. Okay, so having a good mental view of yourself and like of life, and like not looking at everything so negatively or like with like this like distorted lens of what actually like you look like, you know, don't let that hold you back. Don't let your thoughts or the stories that you've told yourself for years hold you back anymore. Okay, we have the Mystic Rose: compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, grace. Yeah, give yourself grace. Okay, give yourself compassion. Would you say those things to yourself, like to your friend? Like the things that you say to yourself, would you say that to a friend? Would you say that to a sister, a brother, a parent, a random person on the street who's struggling? No, you wouldn't, okay? We all have the ability for grace and for humanity, and allow yourself to sometimes, whenever I'm dealing with anything, like when it comes to like my self-love or self-care, I kind of zoom out and look at it from somebody else's perspective and see like, okay, no, that's not actually right. Okay, what I'm thinking right now isn't right. Okay, what the actions I'm doing right now aren't in my best interest, because I would never say that or do that to another human being, right? It's like the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have done unto you. Okay? Would you say those things to another person? No. So don't say those things to yourself. Okay? Give yourself grace. Give yourself compassion. Okay? If just say you like are trying to have like a good like health routine or like workout routine, fitness routine, and you've been really good, and then like you miss a couple of days because you're sick, because you don't feel like it that day, because of any other sort of situation that may have caused you to not be able to do your workout, give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up and like do like a 5-hour workout the next day. One, that's not healthy for your mental health or your physical health. Okay, and it's gonna damage all of the work that you have done. Okay, remember, this is a new start. This is a fresh start. Okay, give yourself grace, give yourself lenience, and just know like it's not gonna be a linear thing, right? This self-love journey, it's not gonna be linear. It's gonna be kind of like going all over the place. You know what I mean? Okay, and then the final card we have from the Roseology deck is the Rose of Venus: alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. Okay, so I have a feeling that for some of you, maybe you were in like a really toxic or abusive kind of relationship, whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, right? Whether that is like a romantic relationship or with friendship. Like I've had friendship relationships that are just like super toxic for my mental health and for my self-care, right? And you know what is right for you. Okay, deep down in your soul, you know what is right for you. You know what is in alignment, what's in flow with you. Okay, but see these people here, look at how they're like loving on each other. I have a feeling, especially because we have Venus showing up here, has to do with romantic relationships for a lot of you. And just know that the right romantic relationship will come in when it's meant to. Something that you need to let go of is not basing your self-worth or beauty standard, like what you view as like beautiful. Don't base all of that off of what other people think, or like by trying to have a relationship. Like don't like base your self-worth off of whether or not you've had a relationship or not. Okay, because I know, trust me, I know. It's easy to fall into that trap when you have somebody who makes you feel really good, and you kind of like base your self-worth off of that, and then you guys break up, and then you feel empty or like confused on the inside, right? This is all about you. This is a fresh start. This is something you've kind of gone through it a couple of times. Like you've been around the block a couple of times. You know what's good for you. You know what's not good for you, based off of all three of these cards. And this is your final journey of self-love. Okay? You are going to start to make habits, okay? Especially like with your mental clarity, because when you have a clear mind, you are going to make the best informed decisions for you and for your like self-love and self-love journey from here on out. Okay? And I just want you guys to know that I'm super proud of you guys for deciding to take the path of humility, deciding to take the path of grace, deciding to be in flow with the universe instead of, constantly beating yourself up. Okay? Let go of that. Don't beat yourself up anymore. Start to have a positive outlook. Start to have, tell yourself like the stories that you want to have. Okay, that's something that I feel like we all get kind of caught up in, is sometimes we tell ourselves stories of like what has happened and how terrible these stories are, and then we like tell our friends about it, and then we get into this cycle of like every time we see certain friends, we just kind of like emotionally vomit dump over each other about like how terrible it is, or like how we hate ourselves, or how stupid we are, or whatever it is for you, right? Stop doing that. Cut that out. It's so unhealthy, okay? And like, would your dream self do that? Would your dream self tear herself down or tear themselves down? No, they wouldn't, okay? So it's time for you a positive outlook. Have a positive outlook on where you want to go, okay? We're going to get some more information with the Sacred Forest Oracle deck right here, okay? And I will have all of the decks linked in the description box down below. I can't remember if I said that to you guys already, but just in case you didn't hear me before, okay? So we're going to get more information for pile number 1 about their self-love journey. What do they need to work on for their self-love journey? Okay, protection. Just know, okay, you are protected by the universe. You are protected by your higher self. I really get the sense of the higher self here because we've got this stag in the background. Somebody who's very strong and sure-footed and graceful and elegant and beautiful, right? You are being protected right now by your higher self. Okay, so just continue down the path, continue working on what it is that you want to achieve at this time in your self-love journey. And also, I think maybe hiking. I just got the sense that hiking might be really healing for some of you, especially if you have issues with like your body or your fitness. Okay, getting out into nature and exploring and like taking your time and really like looking at the things around you instead of just like getting on a treadmill in a gym, right? That might be a better way for you to get like your steps in, get that kind of fitness in that you might be looking for. It's also really good for your mental health as well, okay? And the other card that we have is Wizard of the Woods, focus number 50. Okay, yeah, 1, knowing the power that you hold in your own hand, okay, knowing that you yourself are perfectly unique, knowing that you are perfectly the way that you're meant to be, okay? But also, if there's something that you want to achieve, if there's a habit you want to bring into your life, whether that's like journaling or like going out into nature, like I was saying, getting into a fitness routine, getting into taking a dance class, getting into any sort of like you're doing spa nights every Friday night, right? Because we have the positive outlook and like the clarity, I feel like it's really important for you right now at this time to focus on the things that you want to achieve, okay? And don't like focus on like a ton of things. Focus on a few habits that you want to cultivate, okay? And then once that habit is now a habit, then focus on the next thing. Okay, and I think that's going to be really imperative to your self-love and your self-growth journey. Okay, group pile number 1. I just said group pile number 1. Okay, we're going to get another couple of cards with the Moonology Oracle deck right here. So we can get some more information for pile number 1 of self-love, self-journey. Oh, we just got 2 that wanted to fly right out. Okay. First, we have you're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, okay, again, getting out into nature, just because of like the trees here really make me think about that. Okay, getting out into nature is going to be really good for your mental health. Okay, it's going to bring that clarity to your mental health, right? And fresh, like I always just think about fresh air. Okay, being outside is going to be important to you guys. And then we also have expect powerful change, new moon, eclipse. Okay, yeah, you are going to be bringing out a powerful change in your life. Again, like it was how I was talking about, like where you're focusing your energy with the Wizards of the Woods, right? If you're focusing all of your time and energy on like all of the things that you don't like about yourself, or like the habits that aren't healthy for yourself, or like focusing on the stories that you keep telling yourself, right? You're not going to be able to change. Okay, you're going to just like stay here kind of like looking up at the sky, not being able to get to that final stage. Okay? When you start to have a new outlook, a new perspective on life, a new perspective on the way that you view yourself, even if you don't fully believe it right at the time, right, at the beginning, over time, the more and more that you focus your energy on telling yourself that you're beautiful in the mirror, going for a walk, going for a hike, taking a dance class, being kind to yourself, giving yourself compassion and grace, not telling yourself that you look ugly, or that you can't fit into that, or you can't wear that, right? Those things, those little things are going to compound over time, and you're going to have this beautiful transformation, right? With the rose, like you're going to blossom. You're going to have a powerful change come into your life, right? You're closing this old chapter of these old things that you tell yourself, okay? And you're going to be changing into this new version of yourself with this self-love and the self-care, okay? So we're going to get a couple more messages with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck right here of pile number 1, what they need to work on. Okay, we have, the 9 of Cups. See, you have all of these amazing qualities that you just like, I don't care. I don't have this. I'm not a size 2. I don't have, X, Y, and Z. Okay? Stop putting so much pressure. The candle just went crazy. You see that? Okay, stop putting so much pressure on yourself to be somebody that you aren't. Okay? Just accept who you are. Let's first all, just accept who we are. We're all, I just totally hit the camera. I'm so sorry, guys. If we all just accept who we are, we all accept what we look like, we all accept what our likes are, what our dislikes are, what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, then we're able to actually look at ourselves with grace, right? Stop being focused on the things that you don't have. Right? Again, it kind of goes with this whole thing, stop telling yourself stories that are negative. Stop telling yourself, think about the stories that you tell yourself. Think about the things that you tell yourself. I have a journaling prompt for you guys right now, okay? So if you want to pause the video, okay, and find a pen and a piece of paper, or pull out your phone if you're watching this on desktop and write down what I'm going to say, okay? What I want you to do in a journal or on a piece of paper, I want you to write down the things that you say to yourself in your mind, okay? And honestly, don't be oh, I don't like my eyes. No, tell yourself exactly what it is that you say in your mind on a piece of paper, okay? And fill that piece of paper with everything that you say to yourself, and then I want you to read it back to yourself. Is it nice? Are those nice things that you say to yourself? Are those good stories that you say to yourself? Probably not, okay? It's really important for you to stop focusing on all the things you don't like, or all the things that you wish were different about yourself, and focus on all of these amazing qualities that you have. Okay? If we were all the same size, or we were all the same color, we all the same hairstyle, or if we were all the same, whatever it is, we would be boring. It's so much more interesting that we're all different, right? And like I said, we all have strengths and weaknesses. We all have things that are like super, super amazing, unique qualities about us. And you have so many amazing things to be so happy and like proud of. Okay? So don't focus on whether or not you like your nose or not, because honestly, in my experience, people don't even notice half the things that we think about ourselves, because we're our worst critic. We're so critical about ourselves. Okay? So please do that journaling prompt, and it's going to be an eye-opening experience for you guys. Okay? We're going to get 2 more cards for you guys. We have the King of Wands. Yes, you guys are sexy motherfuckers, okay? You guys, I just want you to know, you guys have so much. I think at the beginning of the reading, I even said how powerful you guys are. You guys have so much passion and so much spiciness inside of you. And it's time for you guys to cultivate that sexiness and that passion, the fieriness that you guys have. Okay, because you guys have so much, and that's going to be important. That's something that you should work on, okay? Viewing yourself as like this sexy, beautiful, suave person, okay? Whatever kind of like qualities that you don't think you have that you want to have, okay? Just know that you probably already have those qualities. It just comes to insecurity. Like I feel like we tend to be very insecure about the things that we have, when those things tend to be our superpowers. Okay? Like, for example, I have curly hair. I have like Shirley Temple ringlet curly hair. Okay? I love my hair. But when I was little, I literally hated my hair because everybody else had nice straight hair. And of course, I grew up in like the early to mid 2000s when everybody had like the super straight hair where you take like the clothes iron and you would like straighten your hair with clothes iron or like with the flat irons, right? And now that's something that I love about myself, and people always compliment me on my hair, and it's become like something that I'm absolutely in love with myself. And it started out as one of my biggest insecurities, okay? And so when it comes to like loving ourselves and like accepting ourselves for who we are, it's really important for you guys to see the qualities that you do possess and kind of like hype yourself up. Like, tell yourself how sexy you are. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself how sexy you are, how beautiful you are, how much you love your nose, how much you love your hair, your eye colors. Tell yourself how much you love that, you talk so much and so quickly because, you know what, you're so passionate about something, right? It doesn't always have to be a physical trait. It could be any type of trait that you guys have, okay? Really hype yourself up. You're gonna get a final card for pile number 1. Okay, what just came out? The sun. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Okay, I'll stop singing, sorry. The sun, guys, this is amazing, okay? Just one, fresh start with mental clarity right here. Okay, you you shine like the light from the sun, like Paulo says in the Lizzie McGuire's movie, okay? You are so radiant, okay? And it's time for you guys to see how radiant you are and how radiant you are to other people. And I'm sure that you may be like those type of people, like you have friends who are like, okay, what are you even saying? You're so beautiful. You are so nice. You are the kindest person, okay? Like I said, you have so many traits down here with the 9 of Cups that you should be just like so mesmerized and like happy with, right? And yet we focus on the things that we don't have. And it's time for you to stop focusing on those things and look at how radiant you are, okay? You are so radiant, pile number 1. Such beautiful people on the inside and the out, okay? It's so important for you at this time to and again, get out into nature because we have the sun. Maybe soak up the sun's energy, go for hikes, get out into nature without your headphones, people, okay? Sometimes it's really nice to just get out and like be with our thoughts in nature and see the beauty and the uniqueness in the world around us. With that journal prompt, maybe write down something that you don't like about yourself, and then in the next line, reverse how much you love that about yourself, okay? For a journaling prompt for some of you, I think will be really, really important, okay? So pile number 1, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, okay? Let's put a sun emoji in the comments down below so I know and everybody else knows that you made it to the end of your reading, okay? Make sure to subscribe because I post new videos every Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys so much. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. This is your reading if you chose the number 11. Okay? So this is going to be your reading about your self-love and self-care journey, okay? First off, I just want to say each and every single one of you is so unique and beautiful, and I'm just so excited that you guys are here with me today and that I have your ears to help you through maybe what is a really hard time or like one of the hardest relationships in your life, because I know that my self-love journey was like so hard, and that the way for me to gain self-love like that, my relationship with myself was so incredibly toxic, and I'm just so happy to be here with you guys today to hopefully give you some messages from spirit and the universe, okay? So we're first going to get into this. After the rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. Okay. So I feel like that was really important for me to say at the beginning of the reading. Wow. Okay. It's time for you to accept yourself for who you are. Okay. It's time for you to see how there's the rainbow, but it's upside down. Like seeing all of your flaws as these beautiful things that are unique about yourself, okay? And obviously, if there's like, just say you want to have like a better fitness journey or like fitness kind of routine or whatever, you want to get into better shape, that's totally fine, but have it come from a place of self-love and self-care, not a place from self-hatred, okay? Because there's a difference between the two, for sure. And I feel like there's somebody out there who needs to hear this. Give yourself mercy. Stop beating yourself up or stop torturing yourself with like workout regimes or with diet or with, anything when it comes to yourself. Stop punishing yourself, okay, because you hate yourself or you dislike yourself. Okay, it's time for you to accept who you are, because guess what? It's going to be, when you start to accept yourself for who you are, it's going to be hard at the beginning, but it's going to be so incredibly eye-opening, and like you're going to feel so much relief in the end, because you're going to be like, wow, I'm no longer trying to be somebody that I'm not, right? See how she's like holding herself, right? She is so like, she's looking up to the sky like, oh my gosh, I'm letting the rain kind of wash over me, right? This may be a really emotional time for you, like the beginning of this like self-love journey. And I think that you will be seeing 11:11 a lot, just because it is going to be a really important time for you. And when you see 11:11, just know that spirit confirming that you are on the right path, okay? With the rain coming through, it's like washing away all of these like negative emotions that you have about yourself. Maybe getting into like a swimming routine will be really good, or like having nice like hot baths, or like with like bath bomb and putting on a candle and like some sexy music may like help you kind of like center yourself again and kind of like give yourself that romantic care that you need, because it's important to, fall in love with ourselves too, okay, guys? We have come to me, attracting like a rose, receiving abundance, desires. Okay, yes. Okay, I already got like the feeling from you guys that you guys were like romantics at heart, okay? You have these desires, you have these dreams, you have these things that you want to achieve, you have these maybe kind of like romanticized version of yourself that you want to achieve. Like, oh, I want to be like a 6'2" super Victoria's Secret model, okay? I'm 5'1". There's no way that that's going to happen, just because I can't really physically change myself that way, and nor should I have to, because I'm beautiful the way that I am. And instead of, again, looking at yourself with a negative lens, right? After the rain comes the rainbow, and then the flowers bloom. It is time for you to bloom, because you are who you were meant to be. Okay? You are somebody who is beautiful. You are somebody who is smart. You are somebody who is able to attract people, kind of like people are like magnetized to you, whether or not you actually believe that. Like my sister, for example, she thinks that nobody thinks she's attractive, yet I've been in the car with her at the gas station 4 or 5 times when people come up to her and give her their phone numbers because they think that she is just the most beautiful human being in the entire world. Okay? So maybe what you need to focus on is falling in love with yourself and seeing all of the qualities that you do possess that are beautiful, and just allow yourself to be open to receiving your own love for once. Allow yourself to receive the desires that you have, okay, for your life. Okay, I really think that water is going to be very purifying for you guys. So swimming, baths, going to spa days, just relaxing, and like, you know, when I think about roses, okay, and like sensual beings, they're not chasing it. They're always just like waiting around, being open, being attractive, so that things come to them, right? You kind of have to get into that like sexy mode with yourself of allowing yourself to attract yourself, if that makes sense. Okay? So letting go of your expectations and just allowing things to come into your life, and allowing those desires to come in too. Okay, oh my gosh, we had sacred waters, nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, self-care. Okay, yeah, 100% water is so important to you guys. It's going to be very purifying, cleansing. I didn't even look at these cards beforehand. Okay, it's going to nourish your soul. Okay, some of you may be water signs, or you could be fire signs. And water will be either very grounding for you, or it will kind of like tame down all of the craziness. If you're a fire sign, it's going to replenish your soul, okay, and your health. So I think that's why I was talking about health before. Swimming could be very, if you've tried to get into a really like a health or a fitness routine, maybe swimming will be like your answer, because it's low impact, it's fun, and if you're a water person, which this to me says that you guys should be, it's going to be really good for your self-care. And it's also going to allow you to kind of open yourself up to much needed rest. Okay, both of these figures here have their eyes closed, and they're just like allowing it to come in. They're resting. They're more in a state of rest at this time instead of a state of chasing. Okay, and I think that's going to be very important for your self-love and self-care journey. Okay, guys, so self-care right now. Spa days. Doing your nails. If you like to do your nails. Doing your hair. Putting time and effort into yourself. Reading a book with like a nice, cozy, hot tea, and like, you know, taking care of yourself in the ways that you love taking care of yourself, okay? And stop chasing the things that you want to attract into your life, okay? Just allow yourself this time to rest. This is a time of rest for you guys, okay? So let's get into some more cards. We are going to be using the Sacred Forest Oracle deck right here, okay? And I will have all of the decks linked in the description box down below if you guys want to check them out. So can we get a card for pile number 2? We have Dragon Power. Okay, number 11. Holy jeez. I literally can't make that up. Number 11, dragon. Okay, just one, knowing your power. Okay, so look at the dragon. It's like smirking. It's like, yeah, that's right. I came out. I'm number 11. Okay, so 11. It's confirming. Spirit is here with you guys. Okay, this is a message you need to hear. But with the dragon, right? This dragon is, and this person right here is like lying down and resting. Okay, so again, that just confirms like the rest period that you guys are going to need. Okay, because you have so much power inside of you, and it can be very draining. Okay, especially if like if you're a fire sign and you're putting so much passion and energy into something and you're not like kind of like steaming yourself back with this water. Okay, so when you are on, put your full intention into whatever it is you're doing. If it's a fitness thing, if it's, doing your hair, if it's going for an event or going out on a date or taking yourself on a date, like giving yourself that power back, okay, of like dating yourself, basically, kind of romanticizing yourself. But when you're not doing anything, take time to rest. Okay, take time to really, really rest. Okay, guys? And then we have Eagle Spirit Freedom, number 13. Okay? So maybe zooming out and looking down at yourself and like how the way in which you act with yourself. I feel like your thoughts are important, but because we have Dragon and Eagle Spirit showing up here together, to me, it's like looking at everything from that bird's eye view, looking at the way that you act with yourself, okay, looking at the way that you speak to yourself, looking the way that you treat yourself, okay, because you do have Dragon and Eagle, like they're both very powerful, majestic beings, right? And you're a very powerful and majestic, beautiful, sexy being. But when you put too much energy into like negative habits or like treating yourself, like working out so hard to the point of exhaustion and making yourself sick, or like saying really terrible things to yourself over and over and over, or like not, doing something that is actually going to be beneficial for you because you're scared of like whatever, like people thinking that you're stupid, right? If you start kind of like zooming out and you look down on all of the actions, I think that it's going to be very eye-opening for you in the sense of, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was actually a pattern. You're going to start to see the patterns of like the way in which you speak to yourself or the way in which you treat yourself. Because when you're just in the moment doing it, right? You're not realizing how emotionally draining it is and how like it's like taking yourself back. Like you're not working on yourself in the proper and healthy way, and you're not treating yourself with the respect and the dignity that you deserve. Okay? So we are going to get some more information before I get into this deck, I really think that it's important for you guys to go deep into maybe for some of you, like, what are the roots? See how dark the Dragon card is here? What are the roots? Why are you acting a certain way? Like, why aren't you, for some of you, and I know this may be triggering, so trigger warning, okay? When it comes to, like, diet and exercise and, like, maybe thinking, oh, well, I'm doing myself a service because I'm, like, super restrictive with my diet and with, like, my fitness routine. I'm very healthy, all this stuff, but you're not allowing yourself to indulge once in a while. You're not allowing yourself to have that piece of cake, okay? Look at where, like, those behaviors come from. Like, are they behaviors because you want to punish yourself for something? Are they behaviors that are learned from childhood because that's how you were raised, like with your parents? Like, weighing out your food and making sure you're a certain weight, making sure you look a certain way, and always having to kind of look a certain way and be beautiful or be handsome, be a certain weight, right? That can be so exhausting, just because with this girl here, like she looks exhausted on the ground, like she doesn't know exactly what to do, and she doesn't know that she has the power, because all of her power is being sucked into this void, right, into this darkness. So I think it's really important for some of you to maybe go and see a therapist, go and see like not a nutritionist, but like maybe a therapist that, deals with nutrition and eating issues and body issues, okay? Or talk to somebody who you trust about this, even if it's just to bring it up. Maybe journal a little bit, but really deep dive into those dark and uncomfortable areas in your life, okay? Yeah, it's like giving yourself mercy for the first time. Like, I really feel like you guys have gone a long time with like punishing yourself with like something, whether it is food or it's nutrition or whatever it is for you guys. Like, I feel like your self-care is not actually self-care. It's to your own detriment. It's not a careful, like, it's not like a behavior that is for your benefit, to your detriment. Okay, getting into water is going to be very healing for you guys as well, okay? So we are going to get some more information with the Moonology Oracle deck right here. Okay, can we get a couple cards for pile number 2? Okay, we have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. Okay, that makes sense with this group. Okay, if you have been like working super hard, okay, maybe it's work, right? Your hard work is paying off. And in the future, I feel like you need to work hard on your self-care. You need to work hard on your self-love. You need to work hard on not working so hard, right? This is a time of rest, okay? And all of this this punishment maybe that you give yourself, I don't know if I want to call it punishment, but that's like, for lack of a better word, the word that I'm coming up with. All of this like punishment, or all of these behaviors that you do out of like hatred and guilt, right? Those are going away. They're going to be going away. And I think that this is confirmation. If this is something that you've dealt with for a really long time, I just want you to know, like, I'm here for you. I'm sending you so much love, because I know how difficult that can be, okay, just from personal experience. I know how difficult that can be. And I really, really hope that you know that, like, you don't have to work hard for the rest of your life. You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to punish yourself for whatever it is, or because you hate yourself, okay? It's time for you to work hard at loving yourself and work hard at resting, okay? The next card we have is a time for healing, balsamic moon. Okay, yeah, again, this is your time for healing. This is a time for rest for you guys. Look how peaceful this card is. It's just like want to like, oh, it's so peaceful, right? And then we have all of this water down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is all water, okay? Water healing. Water is going to be very purifying for you guys, okay? Maybe get into, like I was saying, swimming. But, like, if you have a bath, like, put some fancy herbs and some fancy, like, some rose petals, and, like, make your bath very relaxing and spa-like. Stop and kind of smell the roses and look at things from a different perspective, okay? Start doing things that you normally wouldn't do. Would be really important to your growth at this time, okay? We're going to get some more information with the tarot deck. Yes, we have the Seven of Wands showing up here, okay? So you have the power to get through anything, okay? And these obstacles that are in your way right now, they are here. Look at, sorry, they are here for a reason. They're this kind of like, this like situation of like not loving yourself. I don't want to say it was here for a reason, but it was here for a reason, because you are going to become a stronger person because you have that like that power of the dragon inside of you. And instead of like using it to put up all of these obstacles, you're going to use it to get through the obstacles. Okay? You're going to zoom out like with the eagle spirit and see that you have the freedom to do whatever you want in this lifetime. Okay? You have the freedom to do whatever you want. And yes, this is a tarot reading. Does that mean that everything is going to 100% make sense for everybody who is watching this? No. Okay? But the general idea is that you guys need to stop punishing yourself. Stop putting these obstacles up, because you need to ask yourself, why do you do that? Why do you have these like detrimental patterns from childhood, from a relationship, from you don't even know what, right? At this moment in time, you need to look and deep dive into the darkness and see, how can you heal? How can you better heal yourself? Okay? And why are these patterns? What are the patterns that you guys have? Okay? It's really important for you so that you can get through these obstacles at this time, okay? I'm going to get 2 more messages for pile number 2. Okay. Ooh. So we have the Page of Wands. Yeah, you're starting on a new journey all by yourself. Okay. And this is going to be a very healing journey. And see how he's in the desert. Okay. But he's dressed to impress, because that's just the type of person that you guys are. Okay. You're somebody who you like to dress well, maybe would be the right word. You like to look a certain way. You like, looks are important to you, but you know at this time, like, everything that is in front of you, you can get through because you have the power of the dragon, right? You have that. I think what we were talking about here with this rose card, you have the ability for manifestation and for abundance, and you know that deep down in your soul. I just don't think that you guys are fully aware of the way in which to go about that. And with like this self-love journey, it's important for you guys to keep moving forward every step, even though it's harder than it was before, right? Each step is going to be harder because you're going further and further and further and further away from like this way of life that you've had for a really long time. Okay. And it's going to be new. And there's going to be peaks and valleys of like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I feel so good about myself. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, this is exhausting. I need to rest. Okay. When you feel exhausted and overwhelmed, do not push yourself. Do not punish yourself. Just sit down and have a rest. Have a sleep. Go into water. Go into a waterfall. I really am picturing like waterfalls for some of you guys. Okay, and then we have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, look at all these 2 are so cute. I really feel like you need to heal your inner child right here. Like, this is you right now, and this is your inner child. Okay, and you're giving yourself grace. You're being that parental figure that you always needed. Okay, and maybe it's hard for you guys right now to really like wrap your mind around, like, with this darkness, with the dragon, the power. You guys, because of what has happened to you in the past, or like maybe like your parents said like really terrible things to you, or maybe your parents like were really on you about like your weight, or about the way that you looked, or a way that people would perceive you, right? So that made you think that you had to be a certain type of way. And it damaged, I don't want to say damaged, but it damaged your perspective of yourself at that time, okay? When you were a child. And I think that some of you really need to do some like childhood work and like child healing, and do some journaling or some meditation, but being in the water is going to be really helpful. So maybe taking some water aerobics classes, or even just in the shower or in the bath, like asking for spirit guides or your higher self to come through and like, or your child, your inner child to come through and ask like, what is it that you need from me? And hold on to that and be that motherly, caring person. Give yourself mercy, okay? That time is over. This makes so much sense. The past, the hardships, the trauma, I want to say, that you guys have been through, whether it's big T or little t trauma, okay? Little t trauma could just be like literally like your mom or your dad saying that, you're gonna wear that, okay? Depending on how that's said, it could be something that is very traumatic for you, right? It's time for you guys to accept the things that happened in the past and look at them objectively and be like, no, that was not appropriate, and I no longer am going to continue to treat myself with this hatred, with this disgust, with like, that's what I get from this, is like you guys maybe have a really terrible view of yourself, especially when it comes to like aesthetically, and it's time for you guys to accept like, yeah, those people did hurt you, and I know it's hard to like be like, oh well, like my parents didn't like do anything like really terrible, they just like, you know, they said that I was like ugly, or they made me feel less than because of my body size or whatever. Those are still things that stick with you, right? It is not right for that, and you've been trapped in this like box, right? Or like this little ball of your soul is like shrouded in darkness, and there's this light in there that is you, that is authentically you, that is beautiful and is sexy and is unique. Okay, no matter what gender you are, no matter your size, no matter your ethnicity, no matter anything, you are uniquely you, and you are beautiful, and it is time that you come into this freedom and into this healing time so that you can get past all of these obstacles, because you have the power of the dragon, right? 11:11, and then the dragon shows up again. Like, this just confirms to me it's time for you to heal that inner child, that childhood wound, or wounds, multiple. So pile number 2, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let's put a Capricorn symbol in the comments down below. Okay, so I know and you know that, or everybody else knows that you made it to the end of your reading. Okay, and make sure to subscribe, because I post new videos every Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. This is your reading. If you chose the number 333, which I think is so fitting for pile number 3. So you guys probably will see 3s around during this next period, or maybe you were drawn to this because you already are seeing 3s, okay? So we're going to get right into your oracle cards and everything that you guys need to know about your self-love and self-care journey, okay? I feel pretty positive about your group. When I was laying out all of the cards, I felt like there was a little bit of a heaviness, but overall, I really feel like this next period of self-love is going to be really, really transformative and amazing for you guys, okay? So let's get right into your cards. We have the child within. Inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness, okay? So the inner child, or the child within, okay? I think that this next period, childhood healing or childhood trauma and like healing from that is going to be really important for you guys. And I feel like some of you, if not a lot of you, have already kind of like had an inkling to start going towards like childhood healing, or maybe just allowing your inner child to come out sometimes. Like, if, like, think about the things that you guys like to do when you were younger. Like, for me, for example, I literally used to just climb trees all the time. I used to be outside all the time, and the last year I've really focused on trying to be like allow that inner child of myself to come out and like be adventurous and climb trees and not like be so concerned with like the way that I'm looking or appearing, or like painting, for example, is something that was really important to me when I was little, and just being creative and painting simply for the joy of painting, right? Maybe it's music, maybe it's, planting things, like having a garden, maybe it's trying different foods, being adventurous, whatever it was that you guys like to do when you were little. Maybe get back into that and start healing that, and be the mother that you, not that you, like, I know some of you have like a good relationship with your mom, but maybe being like another motherly figure to yourself during this time will be important, okay? The wasteland, sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden. Okay, that is so funny that I just mentioned gardens too. Okay, so this is a sign from the universe that it's time for you guys to plant that garden. If you were looking forward to planting a garden, or that's something you want, even if you live in an apartment, because I live in a basement and I have a full grown garden, okay? So it's time for you to slow down and be sustainable with yourself, okay? So stop putting so much pressure on yourself to go, go, go. That's kind of the sense that I get. This time is going to be healing for you to rest, but also to be sustainable. So figuring out like, how many hours a night do you need to sleep for you to feel rested? Okay? How many hours do you need to do this and that? How, like, kind of like schedule out what is sustainable for you. If there's lots of things that you want to be able to do, or like you're trying to bring in like new things from when you were little, finding even like 10 minutes or a half an hour every single day to read a book or do a little painting or go out for a walk, right? Finding just a little bit of time for yourself is so important. It's so much better than putting so much pressure on yourself to like go from 0 to 100, right? Like, just say that you want to have like a good fitness routine and you're like, I haven't worked out in so long, so I'm going to work out 6 days a week. Is that sustainable? Probably not. Is that a good idea? Probably not, because you're going to totally burn yourself out and things are going to slip through the cracks. See how there's cracks here? It's time for you to tend the garden of your soul as well, okay? Make time for yourself. Don't just put so much energy into work or into relationships or into your career. It's time to put energy into yourself. And I get the feeling that some of you are people who just like to take it easy when it comes to yourself. Like, you're like, oh, well, like, I don't need to have a spa day. I don't need to buy that for myself. I don't need to treat myself. But then you put so much energy into every other aspect of your life, and it's time for you to slow down and really take a good hard look at, like, are you going to treat yourself like this forever? Like, there's something that, I forget who it was that I saw on the internet who did this. I think it was Kendall Jenner, actually. Okay, and whatever your feelings are about the Kardashian-Jenner clan, but I saw it on the Jay Shetty podcast. If you haven't checked him out, go and check him out because he's awesome. He did an interview with Kendall, and she had a picture of herself as a child, and she put it on her mirror, and it really stood out to me because every single time she said something negative or thought something negative or didn't take time for herself, she always thought back to, would she do that to her childhood self? Okay, I think that's going to be really important for you, is to slow down and look at yourself as not just like this, like, sometimes it's hard to think about ourselves the way we think about other people, but it's important for you guys to think about yourselves the way you think about other people and give yourself grace and like fall in love with yourself, right? We have the anointed, answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. Okay, so 1, what is going to be really helpful to your journey here, right, is I feel like you guys were led to this pile because you know that it is time for you guys to change into this powerful being. I remember at the beginning of the video how I said there was a little bit of kind of heaviness, but I felt really good and positive about where you're going. I think when you start to go on this self-love and self-care journey, you're going to see the strength and how the importance of yourself. You're going to see how important you are, right? You're going to go from being kind of like bogged down all the time to being a leader for other people. Because when you start to take care of yourself, because, okay, one, you guys might be people who a lot of people rely on right now, okay, but you're not taking time for yourself. You're not taking time to tend your garden, right? Whereas you guys need to do that because you're being called to help a lot of people in the future. You're being called to help and heal a lot of people, okay? And it's time to empower yourself by showing yourself that love and that grace and the effort that you put into everybody else. Put that into yourself because you have so many gifts, okay? You may be somebody who is an empath. You may be somebody who is very reliable. People trust you. People feel very comfortable around you, okay? And instead of being like stretching yourself so thin that you really can't give yourself to anybody else, it's important for you to take the time for yourself, whether that be, spa day, whether that be just being like putting boundaries up and be like, I'm really sorry, but can we do this conversation later? I'm just really not like emotionally there right now. Being able to recognize when you can handle like the emotional kind of hardships that come with helping a lot of people, right? And myself, I somebody who is like a people pleaser, and I didn't want to put boundaries up, and now I started putting boundaries up with people, and I've realized that I'm actually much better and like I'm able to help people way better than I did before because I've put so much time and effort into myself, and I give myself enough rest. I give myself the nutrients I need. I give myself the emotional love and care I need. And that's going to be really important for you guys, okay? Because when we don't get enough sleep, right, our mental clarity is down. When we don't get enough water, our skin starts to get dry and cracked and doesn't look as vibrant, right? When we start to take self-care out of the equation for ourselves, how are we supposed to be any use or be a proper leader to other people or empower ourselves and be able to share our gifts at 110, 200%? We're only going to be able to give a little bit here and a little bit there because we're so tired, we're so exhausted, right? It's important to give ourselves the tenderness, the gentleness that we need and be that mother figure to ourselves so that we can help be a leader to other people, because that's you guys probably have that like feeling inside of you, like you're like, I'm meant to do something great. I know I'm meant to help people. Or maybe you've been somebody who's always like wanted to help people, and that's why you help people so much. But it's important that you take the time for yourself, okay? So we're going to get into the Sacred Forest Oracle deck right here, and I will have all of the decks linked in the description box down below. So if you felt called to go and check any of them out, make sure to go and do that. We've got family showing up here. Yeah. Okay, so family, it's going to be really important to your healing and your self-love and self-growth journey, okay? Because I know a lot of you have probably been the glue that holds your family together. Maybe you're the reasonable one in your family. Maybe you're the one who like picks up all of the pieces and puts everything back together for your family, okay? And that's awesome. 100%, that's awesome to be the person that everybody feels that they can like come to with their problems because you give great advice, okay? Or you're very loving and caring and understanding and like that mother kind of figure. But also family can be the worst when it comes to self-love because they don't understand when you start to put boundaries up, okay? And it's important for you to put boundaries up when it comes to your family, okay? And I know from my own personal experience, especially when it comes to like parents, okay, that when you start to put boundaries up that used to not be there, it's a little awkward. It may be really hard to talk to them about it, especially when you're like, yeah, like I can't come to this thing because I can't emotionally handle it, okay? And you need to have the strength at this time. You need to have the strength of the ancient oak spirit to put those boundaries up for your family members, okay? And that doesn't mean that you can't help them, and that doesn't mean that you have to be mean and rigid and like, you know, not helpful or not loving, right? It just means that when you start to put those boundaries up, some of your family members are gonna might get a little upset with you just because it's not something that they're used to, because you've been that kind of like pillar of strength for them, and now it's time for you to be strong for yourself. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, guys, so we're gonna get a couple more cards with the Moonology Oracle deck right here. Okay, but yeah, family, it's like super hard to kind of like navigate that situation, but just be strong, because in the end your family's gonna thank you, because they're gonna see how strong you are and see how awesome it is that you start to feel love for yourself, okay? Because they're gonna see how much happier you are, okay? You and your loved ones are safe. That's so funny that we had that one come out right there. I don't think you guys, majority of you, I don't think you need to worry about like losing family members because you're putting these boundaries up, or like that your boundaries are gonna like affect them in a negative way, because honestly it just means that they're gonna have to start to learn to do things for themselves as well. And this self-love journey is it can be very like emotional with the Cancer coming up here. But you kind of need to be the crab. Like, you need to have a hard shell of being able to put those boundaries up, but have that soft inner side and be like, I understand that, you know, people may feel upset with me, but this is what I need to do for myself. Okay? So there's that card for you guys. Don't have to worry about your family, okay? And then we have your hard work is paying off, New Moon in Capricorn. This card has come out a few times. I'm doing a ton of readings today that I'm filming, and this New Moon in Capricorn has come out in every single reading, if not like once, if not twice or three times, okay? So, so the next card we have is your hard work is paying off, the New Moon in Capricorn. Okay, yeah, lots of new energy is going to be coming into your life. And it's really important, like I said, to do all of the hard work for yourself. Put hard work into yourself. Do not just put hard work into other people or into just helping other people. Put hard work into helping yourself. Okay? That inner mother. Okay? The hardest job, I think, in the entire world is being a mom or being a parent. And I think that you kind of have been like a mom or a parent to so many people in your life, and it is time, with all of that kind of experience that you've had, you are now going to be the best mom ever to yourself. And that is like super important to your growth, okay? Because you've been put here to help people. And I think that this kind of like journey you've been through of like being like the solid pillar for other people is going to help you in the future be a solid pillar for huge communities of people. Thousands, if not like hundreds of thousands of people, okay? You're gonna be such a pillar, like a beacon of light and love for other people. But the only way for you to get to that point is for you to be a pillar and beacon of love for yourself, right? it all starts with you. It all starts with that child within, and like healing any of like the childhood traumas that you guys may have through self-love and self-care, whether it's journaling, whether it is time of rest, whether it's taking a spa day. Okay, I really feel that some of you should kind of like look into a mirror and like talk to yourself, and like anything that's going on, maybe like forgive yourself, or like talk to yourself in the mirror as if you're talking to somebody else, may be very healing for you. You know, like when you're in the shower, I don't know if I'm just a weirdo, but I'll have like fake conversations with people where I like kind of like play out how I want it to go. If you do that in the mirror, I've found that looking into your eyes and like kind of addressing yourself as if you're like talking to your inner child or something like that, or asking your inner child while looking in the mirror what it is that they need, that has been very helpful in healing. Okay, and I think that reversing your strength for being a strength for other people in your family, and making yourself be a strong pillar for yourself, is going to be very healing for you in this self-love journey, because I feel like you guys love yourself, but you also like feel like you always have to be on. Okay, and that's not fair to you. Okay, you need to have some play. Like I really feel like you guys need to be more playful and have more fun with yourself. Do the things that you loved to do when you were a child, whether that's painting or, you know, cooking. Like if you have a partner, one of my favorite things to do is we will just cook, okay, and have fun. Like we'll have mini food fights in the kitchen, or like go for a bike ride, or just like get out and do things by yourself because you love to do those things. Okay, don't do those things because you think other people are going to benefit from it. Do those things because you love doing it. Okay, we're going to get a couple more cards with the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck for you guys on what is coming on for your self-love, self-healing journey. Okay, pile number 3. Can we get a card? Ooh. Okay, and I'm not doing any reversals in today's reading. I just decided at the beginning. Okay, so Queen of Wands, but this is the Queen of Wands is the first card that came out reversed for any of the readings, really. So the Queen of Wands, yeah, standing in your power. That is who you are being. Oh my gosh, look how big the candle's getting when I said that. Standing in your power, Queen of Wands energy, that fiery kind of energy. Okay, and acknowledging, see, she's got like this sunflower here. The Queen of Wands to me is like that queen who like knows that she's badass, but she's also like the sweetest person that you'll ever meet, because she knows how hard things can be, and she knows how crazy things can get, and she knows how important self-power and self-love is. And with this sunflower, maybe you'll see sunflowers. Maybe a sunflower is like important to you. I don't know why I'm drawn to the sunflower, but seeing the good in everything and seeing the positive in everything is going to be really helpful to you guys. So let's get the second card right here. Oh, we've got the Queen of Pentacles showing up. Yeah, you're going to be humble. You're going to be giving. And at this time with self-care and the self-love journey, I think it's going to be really important to you in the long run to be humble and be gracious and kind of like that motherly figure. Like the Queen of Pentacles to me, out of all of the queens, is like the mom figure, like the motherly figure. It's kind of like the Mrs. Claus figure, like super sweet, will do anything for you. That's kind of the same energy we have down here, what you were doing with your family. And for you, you need to do that. You need to be cautious with where you're putting your time and your energy, and you need to put it into yourself. And I also think that in the future, when it comes to, I feel like this reading has turned into like slightly like self-love and self-care, but also it's like you are going to be such an important figure in other people's lives, and this time is critical for your growth, for you to be able to love yourself, because you're going to get a better, more well-rounded experience of emotions from helping your family and helping yourself. And that those two experiences are going to be able to help other people down the line with like this card, the Anointed, okay? You are this motherly figure, and it's time for you to be this motherly figure for yourself. I also think getting out into nature, because we have like the Queen of Pentacles, and that has to do with like earth energy, and we also have Capricorn and this tree right here, very like earth energy. Okay, so getting grounded, maybe going out into the forest, going on to on a walk, or doing like a meditation outside will be very grounding and healing for you, as well as like a form of self-care, just because you deal with so many emotions, you deal with so much of other things, like trying to put your energy everywhere else. That may be a good strategy for you guys. Okay, pile number 3. And we're going to get one final card for pile number 3. Okay, we actually have 2 cards, okay? So the next card is the King of Cups. Okay, yeah, harnessing your emotions. When the King of Cups comes through, it's like you are somebody who is very in tune with their emotions. And I think at this time, just because we have the other cards down here, I think that it's going to be really important for you to not just like push off your own emotions, because I have a feeling that's like what you do sometimes, because it gets overwhelming because you have other people's emotions and your emotions in the mix, and it's like, I don't want to have to deal with my emotions, so I'm going to deal with other people's emotions, and that's going to make me feel better, instead of like actually dealing with your emotions. And it's going to be really important. See how we have all court cards right now? Okay, how powerful you guys are. It's important for you guys to have the strength to be open to dealing with your emotions. Okay, we're going to put this card here because we'll bring the other one down. And then let's see what your final card is. Okay, and also like your being in tune with your emotions is going to help you in the future, okay? So journaling will be important to you, but I really think getting out into nature. And then we have the Knight of Swords showing up here. Okay, in the Knight of Swords, you are somebody who, like I said, you are in touch with your emotions, okay? But you're also somebody who will go to battle for other people, okay? You are fierce. You look at things maybe in a kind of like a logical way, or like you want to have like certain steps involved. And I think that when you start down this path of self-love and self-care, of like taking care of yourself and like realizing like where certain emotions come from and like where certain beliefs come from, it's going to be important for your healing in the long run, okay? And also, because you've done so much work over here with your family members and like helping your family members out with their feelings and like being a shoulder for them, when you start to do this work for yourself, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is like not easy, but like I can navigate all of this way better. And you're going to start to see like how your energy picks up. You're going to see that you're actually a lot more wise than you thought that you were. You're going to see how beneficial that self-love and that self-care is, not only for you, but for other people. Like I was saying at the beginning, like when you start to get a good amount of sleep, when you start to drink water, when you start to take care of yourself, when you start to put effort and time into yourself, right? You are going to create better work and help people better, right? It's like I don't think it's a saying, but it's like the same thing of like, it's like saying, it's like when you get like 3 hours of sleep, your work is not as good as if you got 8 hours of sleep, right? You're going to see that your advice, your help to yourself and to other people will be so much better later on, the more that you put into yourself. Okay, pile number 3. So if you enjoyed this reading, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Okay, make sure to subscribe because I post new videos every Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I would love to hear from you guys. Let's put a, let's put a little crab emoji in the comments down below so I know and everybody else knows that you made it to the end of your reading. Okay, I'm so excited. I feel really good for you guys. Like, you guys have such an amazing pathway, and this reading kind of took a mind of its own, but I really feel like there's lots of you out there who needed to hear this. Okay, take care of yourself so that you can take care of your family and so you can take care of other people. Okay, you are so strong, you are so determined, you are so graceful, you are so abundant, you are so powerful. Okay, and you have an amazing heart. Okay, pile number 3. So I will see you guys in my next reading. Love you guys so much. Bye.